As a result of continuous wars in Europe, especially the costly Seven Years' War, 1756 to 1763, the English government found itself burdened with massive debt. To manage this financial strain, it sought new sources of revenue from its colonies, particularly the prosperous American colonies. Believing that the colonies had benefited from British military protection during the war, the English government felt it was justified in asking them to share the cost. In 1765, the British Parliament passed the Stamp Act, a law that imposed direct taxes on the American colonies. This act required colonists to purchase and affix special revenue stamps, costing up to 20 shillings, on a wide range of documents and printed materials. These included legal papers, contracts, newspapers, pamphlets, licenses, and even playing cards. It was the first direct tax imposed by Britain specifically to raise revenue from the colonies, rather than to regulate trade. The response from the American colonists was immediate and intense. The Stamp Act provoked widespread anger and resentment across all levels of colonial society: merchants, lawyers, printers, farmers, and common citizens alike. It was seen not only as an economic burden, but as a violation of fundamental rights. Colonists argued that taxation without representation was unjust. Since they had no elected representatives in the British Parliament, they believed that Parliament had no moral or legal authority to tax them. This principle was summed up in the rallying cry, "No taxation without representation." Mass protests erupted throughout the colonies. Many towns witnessed violent uprisings, with mobs attacking the homes of British officials and destroying tax stamps. Some tax collectors were harassed, forced to resign, or even killed. The colonists also began to boycott British goods, hurting English merchants and drawing attention to colonial discontent. Organizations such as the Sons of Liberty emerged to coordinate resistance and mobilize public opinion. The colonists further argued that the revenue collected through the Stamp Act was not being used for their benefit, but rather to serve British interests, paying salaries to royal governors and maintaining a standing army in America, measures the colonists viewed as tools of oppression. The widespread and united opposition ultimately forced the British government to repeal the Stamp Act in 1766, but the conflict over the right to tax and govern the colonies continued to deepen. This event marked a turning point in colonial British relations, laying the foundation for the growing movement toward American independence.